the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Giants. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. 90, roll.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. He finds an opening past the 40. And he gets this one down to the 24. A huge play there right off the bat. 51 yards on the ground. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line.
At their own 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, A 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
First and 10 at the 40. Seven-yard line.
Chad Hunt, 60 Pittsburgh. Eat. Here we go. Ready. Pass.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one. This is caught inside the 15. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there for the Giants. 45 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's third and goal. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on third and goal from the 1. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Saquon Barkley with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Giants have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly right.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Julian Love picks it. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Second and 9 now. Gives Sends this out to Saquon Barkley. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. 30, 10, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski, and that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Myers connects on the PAT, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. His second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. As his guys are able to regain the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
On the double.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, and it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
On first down, it's Taylor, and he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Taylor. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
50, plant, recon, 132 fighter.
Back to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
31 yards. First down, Seahawks.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Tight end right, tight end right. 4 down, 4 down.
He'll look to throw. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys? And
now that'll be tipped and intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so caught.
And now look at him go. The 20, 10, touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point right down the middle. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Taylor. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Ready? Check 59, 59. Hey, high 7. Check 59. Ready?
Now back to throw. Try to lay one up deep. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play. It was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
They'll set up a throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 18. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 14-yard line.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 3 on the play, and just like that, it's third down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Here we go. Set. 8. Read.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on fourth. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And Ingram holds it in. So give them the first down. 1st and goal after a pickup of 4. And the decision to go for it pays off. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns, as his guys have now moved out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Got it.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
2nd and 2. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. That one a first down pickup of 8. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He'll drop to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
First and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Back to throw now on first down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is in running back drop.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. Hit it.
Looking to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 26. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Will they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
7 yards there and a first down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
A run by Barkley, going to go backwards as he's going to lose right around 3 yards here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Back at the 36-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. 90. Wolf. It's on field. Hey, it's on.
2nd and 13. And his throw is incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
Now on on 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Yeah, he'll find Hall. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
On the stop was Aaron Donald. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in the second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards and a Giant first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Now they go screen. It's complete. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? 3rd down, and they're going to try the jet sweep. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. To try here for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line.
It's the 3rd quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
First down, Seahawks.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 41. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16. A first down carry for Barkley. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw here. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Hey, exit. 59 Mike, 59 Mike. Check, 59. Watch the out. Mike, go.
He'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Julian Love picks it. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing. Now Barkley stripped of the football. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now back to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. He's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Now the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
Makes the score Giants 49, Seahawks 28.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They run with Taylor. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 2nd and 15. Now a desperation throw deep down. And my goodness, another interception. He's picked off at his own 47. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. His throw incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Armani Watts. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. And even 90 yards. Well, that right there is the definition of flipping the field.
Trainer. Only reason I say that, you know he's going to need a little oxygen after that one.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you needed to get in some time, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
He'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season.
And now here is another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
They should have known. They should have known, baby.
This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football.
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why
under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Catch made by Slayton. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Giants, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.